Hello and welcome back to another episode of Small Biz Highlight. Tiffany here. I am your host, and we are a show dedicated to small businesses. We are helping introduce the people behind them, talking about their products and services, and discussing how COVID shutdowns and whatnot may have had an effect on them. All right. So we're going to get started in just a short moment here. But first, of course, some admin notes because, I got to bore you guys a little bit. No. All right. So I am going to offer a moment of silence to begin the show, if you will, to, commemorate that today is Memorial Day. Today is the day to honor those that paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country. And, for those of you who know me, I am a veteran, and it would, completely be disrespectful of me not to show some respect on this humble day. So just a brief moment of silence, if you would join me. Awesome. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate your support on that. Today we are live with StreamYard. As always, we love featuring comments and questions live on screen during the broadcast. If you would like to and would like to make sure we know who you are and maybe even see your profile picture, those of you reaching out to us on Facebook, please take a few seconds, just a couple seconds, to click StreamYard.com/Facebook and allow StreamYard and Facebook to speak to each other. Like I said, we'd love to feature your questions and comments. We just also would like to know who's commenting and questioning us. This year, we have been promoting the hashtag 2020U. This year, I have been on this mission for more self-acceptance, self-love, and more faith in myself. It has been a journey I've been on probably more than this year, but I've really buckled down and made it my goal this year. And after struggling through postpartum depression and other items in my life, I just really wanted to take time and make this year about, bettering myself, not for just my benefit, but for the kids and my family. So I've been selfishly using you as all my accountability partners. And, if you want to join in with me, please feel free to. I would love to have you do that. You don't have to use me as your accountability partner. Join in with a family member, a friend, what have you, and really take the time to, figure yourself out some more. It's okay to do so. There's nothing wrong with it, I promise. And you wouldn't believe how rewarding it can be in the end. All right. So a huge thank you really quick to our sponsor, Text for More, who makes it so easy for people to find out about Small Biz Highlight, our direct links to the broadcast, and so much more. All you have to do is text Small Biz to 717-670-6400, and it will text you the direct link to our digital brochure that, like I said, right now I have all the direct links to the broadcast. So no matter where you'd like to watch us, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, or Twitter, the links are all right there for you every broadcast to make it super easy for you. All right. So tonight, I am... I'm so excited. Sorry. I'm a little flustered here. All right. So I'm very excited because we're doing things a little different here. I originally had somebody scheduled for tonight, but they were not able to make it in the last minute or so. So instead of canceling altogether, they were nice enough to suggest somebody. I love it, first of all. Second of all, this is like a brand new person to me. So I'm learning all about them in real time, just like you guys. So this is pretty exciting. All right, so tonight I'm introducing you to Mr. Patrick Mitchell. All right, so let me hopefully bring him on screen.
There you go.
Hello, how are you, sir?
Not too bad, Tiffany. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for taking time to be here tonight.
No, you got it. I'm happy to be here. It's my pleasure.
Awesome. All right, so I can't wait to learn more about your business. This is my moment. I love the name of it, first of all. But second of
Right.
all, we have priorities here on this show, and we take time at the beginning to really learn who you are as a human being before we dive into all that business stuff. So, Mr. Mitchell, who are you?
So before we start, I want to tell you we have something in common.
We do.
You're a vet. I'm a vet. 20-year Air Force photographer, retired in 2017.
You're a 20-year spoiled brat, is what you mean.
Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that.
While we Army folks are out there doing real work, I'm just kidding. No, thank you so much, sir, for your
Nah,
service.
hey, ma'am. Thank you very much. It's comforting to know that they have people out there that's giving everything that they got, especially for today.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
I did a post this morning about just remembering and honoring the people that gave everything from all the branches. You know what I mean? But we have to remember that the family members that they left behind, they're just as important. So we have to pray for
Absolutely.
those guys too. So I know we have something in common, and you're gonna learn a lot today.
So excited. Yes,
So
I put a post out today with my favorite quote. I use the same quote every year. I'm sure
yeah.
everybody's tired of me using it, but it's the when you go home, tell them of us and say, for their tomorrow, we gave our today.
Mm,
And I'm surprised I got through that without tearing up because I always choke up when I say it. I'm telling you,
yeah,
it
yeah.
hits me hard every time that,
Today's a
that
different day for us. Today's is just different for us, and
it is.
so that's
Anyways, who are
that's
you,
the
my
part.
friend?
So like I said, I'm a 20-year vet. I'm married 23 years. I got 3 kids, 25, 23, 21. And I started my own motivational business because I wanted to put positivity out there. And that's who I am. I want to be happy. And I know happiness isn't every day because I fight through PTSD, I fight through depression, I fight through everyday life just like everyone else. But it's super important to me to let people know that it is people out there that's positive. We don't care what you have, we don't care how you live. We just want you to be happy. And that's who Patrick Mitchell is. Patrick Mitchell is a happy guy that wants you to be happy and understand that it is people out there that's clapping for you.
Yes. Oh, that's so powerful. No, because I feel like we have such a negative world nowadays. Everybody's constantly jumping to worst case scenario and the ugly parts of life and whatnot.
Mhm.
And it's so intoxicating when you find those people because there are tons of us out there.
It is.
Everybody, I want to attest to that
Mhm.
we want to not only help build you up but make sure you stay building and
That
keep
is.
going.
That is.
That it's not a one-time thing, it's a battle every
Every
day,
day.
but
Every
as
day.
long as you make the choice for the right way to do about it, then that's
Mhm.
half the battle right there.
You're
Waking up
right.
and deciding to be positive.
You're right on track.
Absolutely.
You're right on track, and that's what this is my moment is. I designed it specifically for that, and just to let people know that we're clapping for them. You know, what I mean, 1 step or 100 steps, but you also have to give them something tangible. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I can talk to you, and this is from my military days. We go to those briefings, right? And then they give you all this paperwork. So when you get back, you have something to look at, right? So if you forget what they said, you still have that paper in your hand. And that's what I did with This Is My Moment. I registered This Is My Moment. So if you come to a Patrick Mitchell event and I speak, right? By the time you get to the car, by the time you get back home, you're like, man, what did that guy say? But if I can give you a t-shirt to remind you that, you know what, this is my moment. So you don't have to remember what I said, but the gist of what I was hitting at was this is your moment to be successful. This is your moment to move. This is your moment for you to grow and prosper as a person.
Wow. Wow. My grandfather would have loved you. My grandfather, the first day we broadcasted live on the
Mhm.
show, my first interview ever, I was terrified.
Yeah.
I was doing Lamaze before hitting that go live button. Um, an hour before going live, I got a phone call that my grandfather had passed away.
Sorry to hear that.
And my grandfather was definitely very similar to you,
Right.
always laughing, always smiling, always had kind words to say, no matter, what was going on in someone's life. He had something uplifting to tell them to help
Right.
motivate them to keep going. And,
Right.
um, acclimating myself to civilian life after active
Mm.
duty
Yeah.
was tougher than I ever imagined it would be. You
Yeah. Yeah.
know, you know, something as simple as a copay. I will never forget the day that I got asked for a copay and I looked at the lady like she had 3 eyes. What the
Where's
hell
my
is a
price
copay?
there?
Yeah, what is that? Why do I have to pay you to see the doctor? Like I have
Yeah,
insurance for that.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
So it's a struggle. It's a culture shock. It's a
yes,
lot of things.
right,
And he saw me struggling all the
right.
time when I came to visit and always would tell me, the universe owes you. Symphony, it's coming. Don't
Yeah,
worry. It's
yeah.
coming. And you know, when I got the news, it was offered to me to delay the show, not
Mhm.
go on that night.
Right.
But his words just haunted me. I was like, if I don't go on tonight and this turns into that one thing
Yeah,
that
yeah.
the universe was holding out for, my grandfather will never let me live it down from the grave. Like
And
he will haunt me for the
you
rest
can
of
hear his
my
voice.
life.
You can hear his voice.
Yes. I mean, I even keep him near me. Look, a little
That's
t-shirt, one of
it.
his shirts made into a heart. And I
Ah,
have I have a pipe of his, one of his
that's
pipes,
it. That's
but
it.
it's always near me. And just the way you said it, the way you were like, you know, everybody needs to know someone's clapping for me, that just made me remember him. So sorry for diverting there
No
of a
worries.
personal story.
No worries.
Wow.
I'm easy.
But tell me more about your business here, my friend. Okay, so how long have you been in business?
So we've actually been doing this is my moment for about 3 years, but it's a growing movement. What it is, it's a movement. The
Yes.
business aspect is the selling and the events, but this is my moment. It's a brand with the events tagged along with the movement, because at the end of the day, I can sell things, but nothing's worth whatever someone's willing to pay for. So if I can
Mm,
get you mentally to understand that this is more than just me selling what I'm saying, this is me selling you positivity, and you already have it. So you don't need me to sell it to you, but I'm giving it to you. And the way that I equate my business is like a trainer at the gym, right? If you go
huh.
to the
Okay.
gym, if you go to the gym, those same weights, those same cardio machines, they're in there whether you have someone or not. But you get someone to help you move forward because that's what you need. You need that extra push. And
Yes.
what I'm selling is not really me selling it to you, it's me giving it to you up front to let you know that you know what, you don't need what I'm saying because it's already inside of you. But I'm here to help you when you
Hmm.
need that extra push, that extra motivation. Getting to the gym was always the hardest part for me. Once I was there, I was good. So what this is my moment is we're in the business of helping you get to where you need to be. So we do speaking events, we do motivational emails and text messages, calls, and we're not out there trying to rip people off. I'm not trying to get all your money. The things that I'm offering is something that you as a person, depending on what your status of life is, can pay incrementally. You can do whatever you need to do to be successful. Because at the end of the day, if I can put you on my team, if I can get you into the this is my moment family, I'm winning. The money's good, but at the end of the day, personal growth and to see
Yes.
the world move in the direction that we want, like I call it rewriting the narrative, right? I,
Mm,
I
mm-hmm.
want to write it. I want to write it the way that benefits me and my kids' kids. So if I look at everything as financial gain, I'm never going to write it the way I want because it's always about money. So
Right.
what I did was created this to where it's affordable, it's friendly, it's fun, and it's tangible. You can put it in your hand, you can walk off with it, and you're gonna remember that guy that was smiling and laughing and joking, and understand that you know what, it is people out there for you. That's what this is my moment is.
Hmm.
That's
Now,
the gist.
do you find yourself gearing your program more towards military personnel because you're a vet, or do you welcome everybody from all walks of life?
Uh, so see, that's the thing. Like I retired in 17, and for the last 4 years, 5 years, I was a basketball coach. So I
Oh
went,
wow.
yeah. I actually, so shout out to me and my girls. I actually won state championship this year in basketball, and it was, yeah, I know, right? And I was the coach of the year in Texas for 1A private schools. Yeah, I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm serious on
What?
that. Yeah. So I actually moved and from the military aspect all the way into civilian life, just jumped in. So what I tailor it for is for you, right? And I'm not saying Tiffany, I'm talking about individuals. I can talk to the CEOs because I have that experience with the military. I have that educational knowledge, but then I also can go to the young kids and I can speak to them to where they understand that even though I'm older, I can understand that it is a socially driven world. Everyone wants the likes, everyone wants this. So what I do with This Is My Moment, I tailor it to my audience. And that's the best way for me to be successful. Don't cookie cutter it. Give it to each person individually and make them successful inside of their own right.
And is that what you offer, just individual sessions, or do you do group sessions as well?
I do both. I do both. I've been the commencement speaker. I've had events with 100 people. I've had events with 10 people. My wife told me about 2 years ago, it doesn't matter if it's one person in the room. You give it to them the best you can every single time. And that's what I've been doing ever since I've started speaking. So if it's a 100, 200 people event, I'm going to give it to you. If it's one person or 10 people, I'm going to give it to you. If you're a parent that was one of my kids' parents, we're going to get it. So it's just from the heart, it's genuine. So that's where we're at.
Wow. All right. So, okay. Wow. There's a lot to digest here. First of all, congratulations. That has to be so cool. Ah, I lost him. He left me. Okay. So while we wait for him to get back on, because I'm sure it was just a mistake. I mean, this guy is amazing, no? Right? Is it just me? I mean, here he is.
Yeah. Say it again. I didn't hear your last question.
No, it's okay. I was saying, that has to be such an amazing accomplishment for you. It must make you feel so great to be a part of, the lives of these girls, to get them to that point in their lives where they could say they're champions. It's one thing to say, yeah, we had a really great season. Say you're champions.
Yeah,
Sorry. Sorry for
good.
all of you that do like the trophies for everybody in the group. I'm not all about that life.
Me neither. But you know what? You know what it was when I started. We were known for volleyball. Like my school in Texas, they're volleyball 4 or 5 championships. But when I took over as a basketball director, me and the athletic director, we set a goal to transform the program, like make it basketball, make people want to sit in the seats. And that's what we did over the 4 years, man. And I use This Is My Moment into my everyday life, so the positivity that I'm talking to you with, right? It's 10 times that in the locker room. It's 10 times that when I'm on the court, but
so basically what you're saying is move over Coach Carter because Coach Mitchell is in the building now.
Nah, nothing like that. But
I'm just teasing.
I know it. I saw the movie. But that's what This Is My Moment is. This Is My Moment is ever transforming. We used to call it a living document, right? In the military, like every day you get it's gonna be something different. And that's what it is. Every day that you see This Is My Moment, it may be different, so but it's for you. And that's what the gist of it's for.
I think that's so important because like you said, everybody's different. Everybody absorbs things differently. Mm-hmm. People need different words, different vocabulary is the word I was looking for. They need different vocabulary to be able to absorb it better, to understand it better, and it's not to say that people are uneducated or anything. I just mean like some words click with people better no matter what their level of education is. That's just a fact, and it's so amazing that you say that you're tailoring your program to these individuals based off their needs specifically, because everybody's so different. And I know that has to mean so much to them and and it's such an encouragement for them to continue in the process with your program.
Right.
Wow. So you said you offer individual and group sessions. Mm-hmm. What exactly does that look like? So are your sessions like, I know it's tailored per individual. I got that. But like, do you have it set like for a certain amount of weeks, or is it like one time a month for so many months, or how does that usually work?
Yeah. So we have a couple of different things. We have one program where you get one email every month, right? You just get one email, one text right to you. And another program, it's every week you get a text and a call. Because sometimes I think people can misread text depending
Mhm.
on your mood. If I'm in a bad mood and my wife sends me something, I'm gonna read it negatively,
Yep,
right? If I'm
you're
in a
so
good mood and
right.
she sends me the exact same thing, it's gonna make me smile. So what I thought was if I can give you a text and I can give you a phone call to where we can hear each other and we can make that connection verbally, right?
Yes.
Auditory. Now I can touch you. Now I can give you what you're looking for. But then I also do group functions. So I can actually go out to the buildings, and I can sit down and we can do it old school military where everybody's in the auditorium, right? And you got the PowerPoint slides and we're gonna talk through it, right?
Death by PowerPoint. That's the way the
Hey,
military loves it.
hey, but I'm not gonna kill you. If anything, you're gonna walk out smiling. You're gonna walk out with some stuff in your hand, and you're gonna walk out a little bit standing up a little prouder because I'm gonna give you something that's gonna motivate you to understand that you are your best advocate for success.
Yes. Now, 2020,
Right.
COVID was, it shook the world on so many different levels,
Oh man.
personal, business, all that,
Right.
emotional. I mean, it was a roller coaster for anybody in
Right.
any situation. First, let's talk about how, COVID shutdowns and whatnot affected your business. Did it have
Well,
an effect?
it did and it didn't. It made me more technologically inclined. I'm
Mm,
not a computer guy, so I had to actually I had to hire someone to do my computer stuff and all my social media because I'm just not that guy. What it did was made me step my game up because where I used to go to these events and I could talk in front of these people and talking is my thing, right? And I can talk to you. But now all of a sudden I can't see your face. I can't see the crowd's reaction, right? I can't
yes.
guide my conversation by the head nods and the applause, right? So now it made me evolve my speaking to where I
Mm,
can get online and I can still try to make that connection. Or when I put out my social media videos, I'm able to still reach you even though I can't see you. So when COVID happened, it actually made me step my game up. So it's been as negative as it was across the world platform, for me personally, it's been growth and development because I had to change and evolve my game.
wow. Yeah, that has definitely been like the call sign for 2020 was pivot. Now, every time I say that in front of my boyfriend, he makes me laugh for like an hour because we cannot get the episode of Friends out of our head with Ross yelling pivot. But pivoting was a huge part of 2020 because
Yeah,
just like
indeed.
you, there were so many people, and not just, people of older age and whatever. There's still young people who don't know their way around too much with technology. There's
Yeah,
still plenty of them out there. It's not age specific, but
right.
there's tons of people out there that were, you know, dependent on face-to-face interaction, especially brick and mortar businesses that,
Oh yeah,
needed that interaction, needed people to come into their stores to purchase
right.
stuff. Now all of a sudden, what do I do? What am I
Yeah,
going to do to keep my business afloat? I still have to pay bills. I have to do all this jazz. And, technology finally became the place where people started being a little bit more open-minded for.
right,
Yes, I
right.
totally feel you on the whole going live and not having anybody interacting with you. That is super awkward.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. That's why I love doing these interviews where it's another person talking with me, because then, at least I have back and forth interactions. I could see you laughing with me, or you could totally have a look like, Tiffany, just stop talking, and then I'll just stop talking,
Yeah, yeah. I got
but
you.
at least I have someone to gauge off of. But when you're
Right.
going live by yourself, when you're on screen by yourself and you're just talking to a computer, like,
Mm,
all you can hope for is that a comment will come in or
yeah,
somebody will message you afterwards, and or at least that someone watched and you touched them in some way,
right,
encourage them in some way,
right, right,
motivated them.
right.
And that just seems like what your business is all about. And I'm so
100%.
glad that you were able to, figure things out to make it where you can continue functioning through the
Yeah,
pandemic, because not everybody was as fortunate,
I agree.
unfortunately.
I agree. I was extremely blessed.
Yes, yes. so many, and it's so important, I feel, for people to know that not all businesses, were completely struggling out there during the
Right.
pandemic.
Right.
A lot of businesses feel guilty coming on the show talking about how either their business grew during the pandemic, or they didn't have an effect on them too much, what have
Right.
you. But that's so important because there's so many people out there now that are Googling how to start my own business.
Yeah, you're
You know
right.
what I mean? How do I
You're right.
stay working from home?
You're right.
And, these episodes or any other shows that interview small businesses and whatnot, they are so important in educating people on what it's actually like to run a business. Because
Yeah.
then, you may not have had an effect or too much an effect, but somebody else with a similar business could have. Now,
You're right.
what was different between the two of you? You see what I mean? And
What
that's
did
just
I
helping
do?
them
Yeah.
grow
You're
and
right.
learn from each other.
Right. Right.
And I feel that's so huge. And the whole military aspect of me, we are so lazy on active duty. Now you
Yeah.
can attest to this, right?
Wait, hang on.
Full time on active duty, you're not worried about what you're gonna do after.
Yeah.
You're just worried about promotions. You're worried about, where you're going to be deployed to next,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
job you
Yeah.
got coming up next, what Frago is going to come through the
Yeah.
pipeline. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're never thinking, what's life after military going to look like?
Right. Right.
And for those of us who joined way back when you had to stay in 20 years to get something out of your service in the military,
Man.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a huge commitment, first of all, to stay in for 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm at 18 now, so
Woo!
almost there.
Hey, I tell you what, it's good though. It's good over here.
It is. I can't wait. But
It's
I feel like
nice.
I'm more prepared for it because I have this small business
Yeah.
of mine.
Yeah.
Now there's
Yeah.
so many military and civilians out there that aren't planning for life after,
Right.
and they're suddenly culture shocked again, like, oh
Right.
crap, now what do I do with myself?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, your business would be a huge part in helping motivate them, but also gearing them towards, figuring out what their next moves could be, helping
Right.
them, get to the point where if it's a small business or if they just want to travel
Right.
or whatever they want to do,
Right.
but I feel like that transition would be so less complicated if people were figuring it out beforehand and being established before it happens.
Right. Right. But you know what, too, and you know this, you're in the service, we've been there. When you're there, just like you said, tomorrow is tomorrow. But right now, I have to worry about this PT test. I have to worry about these. I have to worry about these troops that's coming in late. Like it's so many things that if you don't know, you don't know. But what I did, I did a 10-month stint in Afghanistan with the 82nd LST team. Craziest time of my life. And when I got back, I actually failed my PT test. I was in an IED. We got hit 4 times, and I messed my back up. And I came home with PTSD. I came home with depression, TBI, right? The whole 9. Like I was messed up, and I failed my PT test. So when you fail, you can retest, but it makes you ineligible for promotion.
It does.
Yeah, yeah. So I was ineligible for promotion, and at that time, I realized that Patrick had to do something for Patrick, not Sergeant Mitchell. So what I did, I started taking more classes. I started realizing my worth outside of my uniform. So
right.
In 2010 is when I really took a hard deep dive into who I wanted to be, not outside of the military, because I understand that the military needs you to do certain things, and if you can't accomplish those things, then that's just what it is.
Right.
But people still count on me. I have kids, I have a wife, I have family members that look to me for support and love and admiration. So now what do I do? And that's kind of where I am. And that's how I look at it, because without that milestone in my life, right, to understand that, hey, you got to do something for you, and that growth. And a lot of people don't have that inside the military. A lot of people go through the service and they hit the promotion on the first and second try. They have those cush locations where they got stationed at, right? The Germanys, the Guams, right?
They
Like,
never have to worry about height and weight and
and,
getting taped.
and that's it. Oh, don't do that. Don't do it. 'Cause I was there. But this is the thing. When you understand your worth,
Yes.
you can understand where you can go in life. And that's what I'm doing now with This Is My Moment. And that's what I'm giving people. I'm giving people that understanding that I was there. Like the deployments, the financial struggles, the hardships, the understanding that your family needs you just as much as your country needs you. Your business needs you just as much as your family needs you. And you have to find that what works for you. And you
Mhm.
can't get that from a cookie cutter program. If I give you, Tiffany, the same thing that I tell my wife or the same thing that I tell my business manager, you're not getting nothing from it because
You're right.
all I did was read it right off a sheet of paper. This is this. This is this. Nah, we don't do that over here. We give it to you 100% from the heart, genuineness to try to help you grow and succeed. So,
Woo.
that is.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Well, we're gonna take a quick break.
Yes,
I know
ma'am.
that was a lot, guys. Bear with us
Uh-oh.
here. But it was great information and it's so true and
Yeah.
whatnot. So while you all help that, digest in your mind, I'm gonna do a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we'll close it out with a quick question or two and then be done for the evening. Be right back, guys. Oop, why isn't this playing? Don't judge me. That was the wrong video. I'm getting there.
Are you tired of missed business opportunities because you don't have the marketing tools that big companies do? Do you want to generate more sales with less effort or technical knowledge? Text for More is a digital marketing solution that is both your digital brochure and web presence that connects you directly to your customers. Best of all, Text for More is proven to deliver results. In fact, some of our clients have seen their monthly revenue increase by as much as 5 times in the first couple of months. To get started today, text the keyword MORE to 317-342-8114 and see how we can assist you. Text for More. Next generation brochures for the digital age.
All right. Gotta love technology. My bad. All right. I was trying to start the interview over. What could I say? I don't want this interview to stop. No. I've been having such a great time talking with Mr. Patrick Mitchell tonight. About his business, about his life, his service in the military, how that all intertwines in making this amazing business of his, and how it's benefiting so many people of so many different types of backgrounds.
Right.
Now, Patrick, if someone wants to get started with you, how does that process go about? How do they go about doing that?
So it's a couple of different ways. I have the Instagram where you can DM me directly. I answer every single question, response. I reply. I have a website, www.thisismymoment.com. I have a Facebook, This Is My Moment _TIMM. It's super easy because where a lot of companies, they give you an automated, so you press this and you go there. Nah, over here, This Is My Moment. I am directly answering all questions. So when you see people interacting, it's interacting with me. So if you wanted to be a part of that, understand that all you have to do is go to one, or I have a TikTok too. We just set up a TikTok. But that's
look at you.
I know, right? I'm moving, but everything gets replied to. I'm a 1 day guy, so 24 hours you'll have a response directly from me with a price and everything is up front. Everything that you want to know, all you have to do is ask. Go to one of the websites, go to one of the social media platforms, and we can make it happen inside of 24 hours. It just depends on what my wife had me doing around the house.
I love it. The real boss, ladies and gentlemen.
All the time. All the time.
All the time. Well, you heard it, guys. He's going to be the one answering all your questions. He's only a DM away on Instagram or however you want to reach out to him.
Right.
If you are looking for this type of motivation in your life. And let me tell you, there is no shame in feeling like you need this type of motivation in your life.
Right,
and
right.
there's so many different backgrounds, so many different stories of people, so many different reasons why they feel they may not have it at home or within their family or whatnot. And that's okay. The best part of it is that you're acknowledging that you need the help, and now you have a place to go get it. That's all I've got to say about that.
But you know what too, Tiffany? It's
Yes.
non-judgmental. It's not judgmental. I think a lot of times, even for me, when I was going through a lot of my personal issues,
Yes.
I was afraid that I tell people, then they look at me funny, is what we used to call it. They look at you because they're judging you. So what I try to do is make a place, a safe haven of non-judgmentalists. So when you tell me, you just tell me. I don't care if it's right or wrong, it's yours. And that in itself makes it right. So
Yes.
you don't get judged over here. And we don't look at you funny. We don't turn our nose up. We want people to be who they are to help them grow.
Awesome. Yes. Whew. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, we had such an amazing conversation with Patrick tonight. You know, it was so great getting to know you. I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule tonight to be here to let us in on, you know, who you are and what your business is all about. I wish you nothing but the best going forward with your business and so much success in the future.
I appreciate it.
Yes. All right. Well, if you are interested in learning more about Patrick, I did put his contact information in the description of the video and podcast episode coming soon. I promise it's going to be uploaded. And then I also do have it scrolling on the screen all episode long. So you have no excuse. I'm just kidding. But definitely check him out. Reach out to him if you have any questions. You've heard from him firsthand that he'd love to help you and answer any questions you may have. You know, as always, there seems to be an app for everything nowadays, and Small Biz Highlight is no different. You could always catch this episode again on the Small Biz Highlight app, whether it be in video format or the podcast version, and, you know, save it as a favorite for future reference, what have you. But it's there, Google Play and Apple App Stores. What can I say? I'm moving up in the world too.
Get it.
But that will be the end of tonight's episode, everyone. I want to thank you all for those who stopped by to catch us live, even for a few moments. You know, if you have any questions or comments that you want to make after the video is done airing, please don't hesitate to comment below. I'll definitely make sure that Patrick gets the message and, you know, get it to you. But yes, so I will leave you with your friendly reminder to put your communities first. We do that by shopping small and supporting local businesses. Have a good night, everyone, and I'll see you next week with another episode. Good night, everyone.